Hi guys, so today I want to share another story with you. Today I want to talk about Kyle Richards and Ken's fight that ended it all and who's at fault. So let's talk about last night's episode where we finally got to see the big huge fight that ended it all. And I'm going to do this review very seriously. No more name calling, no more vile Kyle and Teddy Mellon liar. None of that, because I need you guys to really understand what I'm saying and really get where I'm coming from. And I'm going to get to the serious part of the episode, which is the very end, because no one gives a damn about Teddy Mellencamp giving some little charity event for Vanderpump Dogs, because how dare Lisa not show up for the charity event because she's off passing laws to help save dogs. How dare she not come to my event? Shut up, Teddy Mellon. Okay, I said I wasn't going to do that anymore, right? Okay, just one more time. How about it's gone from Teddy Mellon liar to Teddy asshole. This isn't about Teddy. This is about poor little weak-minded Kyle. And the episode picked up when all of the vultures was at lunch. You know who the vultures are. The vultures is the entire cast, with the exception of Denise Richards and Camille, in my opinion. So all of the vultures were at lunch pretending to eat, because nobody eats on that show. I mean, the most I've seen anyone eat would be lettuce and an ice cube. So they were all at lunch with their lettuce and ice cubes. And they all start circling around weak-minded Kyle. I believe it was Dorit the dog dumper that started it. You know what, Kyle? Even though she's from Connecticut, I gotta do the fake British accent. Did you know that there was an article written about me on Radar Online? And you know, it was Lisa that put it there. By the time we get to the end of the Ice Cube lunch, Kyle was thoroughly convinced that her best friend that she's been friends with for 12 years was guilty, even though there was no proof. And if she would have just left it there, that would have been a bad situation, turning your back on your friend. But she decides to step it up a notch, turn herself into Moses, and turn water into wine. She decides to go to Vanderpump's house and literally make her confess that she was the one that sold the story to the tabloids. Now, the lie that she told the audience was she was going over there to tell Lisa her feelings, but she came in like a 5-star general prepared to go to war. Her defenses were up and she wasn't hearing anything Lisa had to say. She came straight out and said, "Did you do this?" And Lisa said, "I swear I did not do this." "I have a feeling that you did. Are you sure? Are you sure?" Is this how you approach your best friend of 12 years? Being accusatory? And of course, after just seeing her berate his wife, Ken had to step in and basically say, "You're no friend, get the hell out of our house." And to tell you the truth, guys, I probably would have did the same thing. The only difference is I probably would have used my foot to help her get out. I would probably would have developed a sudden case of foot to ass syndrome. And if things just would have ended there, it would have been extremely bad. I mean, but I guess it wasn't enough pain for weak-minded Kyle. She decided to make a bigger mess of the situation. So she wakes up today playing the martyr, her and the other vultures, okay? They want to act like Kyle did such a good thing by not getting upset or raising her voice when Ken was yelling at her, even though she was being a two-faced backstabbing friend. She wanted us to think she's such a great person by taking the high road. And during the whole time, during the show, as it was being aired, Two-Faced Teddy was tweeting, "Oh my God, how dare Ken yell at her? He's yelling at her because she's being a two-faced, backstabbing bitch." There's no other way to say it. Yelling at his wife. What his wife is really going through mourning. Have we forgot that, people? Like Lisa Vanderpump has had the worst year of her life. So Kyle takes to her blog this morning, playing martyr, okay? She wants everyone to think, you know, that she's just such a great person to have not yelled at Ken back. Like I said, I would have did worse if I were Ken. And she takes to her blog. In defending herself in her blog, she really gave away her truth, which is the real reason why she turned on her friend. So let me read what she wrote on her blog. So I'm only going to read the parts that revealed her truth. If you want to read the whole blog, it's on bravotv.com. Okay, so she says, "I tried to explain to Lisa, even though I felt what I felt and said what I said, I do care about her. With friends like those, who needs enemies?" She said, "And I thought I was being a friend by telling her about the conversation, even though it wasn't what she wanted to hear. If I would have lied at lunch, now here comes the truth, people. My other friends, she's talking about the vultures, would have lost respect for me for not being honest. There you have it, people. She turned her back on Lisa Vanderpump because she wanted to please the other women. And you know how people pleasers are, people. They can't stand to be the odd man out. If she would have stood up for her friend at that table, she would have been the odd man out. So she chose the route of losing the friendship of 12 years. I mean, she really did not think this thing out. I agree when she said she didn't expect it to come to this because you didn't sit down and think about it. And another thing you didn't think about is having the fans turn on you. Have you checked the comments on Twitter lately? I mean, there weren't hardly any pro Kyle comments, only two. And one came from a blog. Does that mean you're working with that blog too, Kyle? I mean, the same way you accuse Lisa Vanderpump? Now, as I say in every video, we all have our different opinions. That happens to be mine. So if you are pro Kyle, I want to hear it in my comment section. What I also want to know is, who do you think handled the situation the best with between Ken and Kyle? Do you think Ken went too far by kicking Kyle out of his house? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification button for more stories like these. Until next time, talk to you then. Bye.